So imagine you're building this like massive state-of-the-art skyscraper.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But you're building it directly on top of an active seismic fault line. Welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at a really dense April 2026 global macro strategic report.
Yeah, and our mission here is to basically unpack why our high-tech, AI-driven global economy is secretly incredibly fragile right now.
Exactly, because it's not just one isolated issue.
Right. I mean, neutrally speaking, you have a few interconnected sources causing this. You've got geopolitical energy shocks, consumer credit decay, and this massive trillion-dollar technological arms race.
Yeah, so to understand the financial cracks in the foundation, we really have to first look at the physical energy shock that's, causing the ground to shake in the first place.
Yeah, and that brings us to the Middle East, specifically the conflict involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran. And look, without taking any political sides at all on what's being called the Epstein War, the economic fallout is it's unavoidable.
Right, the math doesn't care about politics.
Yeah. Exactly. The resulting closure of the Strait of Hormuz spiked Brent crude by 59%, and that pushed U.S. gas past $4 a gallon.
Which, if you're listening to this, you're feeling that inflation in your wallet right now through stubbornly high interest rates.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure is huge.
And there's this shocking data point from the sources. Early-stage mortgage delinquencies didn't just rise for risky borrowers, they actually spiked 30.9% overall.
That is a massive jump.
It is. And it includes a 26.2% jump for super prime borrowers.
Yeah.
Like the absolute safest bet. So it's not just the leaky rowboats sinking, the luxury yachts are taking on water too.
Right. And while everyday consumers are drowning in that high interest debt, tech conglomerates are simultaneously leveraging historic amounts of debt to fund classical AI infrastructure.
Yeah, like Oracle.
Exactly. Oracle is the ultimate warning sign in this data. They took on over $100 billion in debt and literally had to cut 18% of their workforce.
Wait, 18%? Just because OpenAI suddenly demanded newer chips?
Yeah, they actually had to scrap a massive Texas data center just to free up the cash flow.
Okay, wait, I have to push back here for a second.
Yeah.
Are U.S. companies literally bankrupting themselves to build classical AI infrastructure that's already obsolete?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just swap out the servers.
You really can't. The newer chips run so hot they need, advanced liquid cooling and entirely different structural supports that the Texas facility just wasn't designed for.
Wow, so the building itself is the problem.
Right. It's obsolete before the concrete even dries. And this is accelerating because of quantum computing. The sources bring up Google's Willow, which is this new 105-qubit quantum breakthrough.
Right, the one that solved that impossible problem.
Yeah, it solved the 10 septillion year problem in 5 minutes.
Wait, 10 septillion years down to 5 minutes?
Yes, 5 minutes.
That just breaks my brain.
It breaks current business models, too. And furthermore, China is already using their Origin Wukong quantum AI to cut computing resource needs by 76%.
Oh, wow, which effectively lets them bypass U.S. semiconductor embargoes.
Exactly. They just don't need as many traditional chips anymore.
So what does this actually mean for you, the listener?
Well, classical encryption, the math protecting your bank accounts, your private data, your crypto, it's suddenly on borrowed time due to these quantum leaps.
Our digital walls are just coming down.
Much faster than anyone modeled.
So we want to leave you with a final kind of provocative question to ponder. If quantum computing makes these classical AI data centers obsolete almost overnight, how will global financial markets survive the sudden catastrophic collapse of trillions of dollars in dark fiber tech debt?
Yeah, it's a terrifying thought.
I mean, all those unused, buried networks just sitting there. What happens when the ground gives out completely?